Hey everyone, it's Cool Guy Me and Buster Green here in my summer mode, and I guess I'm making a video again. Okay, whatever. So, this week, the big news is that the Witch from Mercury trailer has officially dropped, and in a bit of departure from my normal format, I'm going to just kind of watch the trailer and then talk about it afterwards, which is kind of the opposite of how I usually do things, where I just talk out my ass and then make a video afterwards. Alright, so anyway, let me go over what was in this trailer. First things first, we have a new space colony where the story begins and where the main character probably lives in some capacity. Now I have a little bit of mixed feelings on this design. It looks very nice, but it's also very unrealistic. It's one of those asteroid-based colonies and it looks like just an island floating in space. It reminds me of the old debate about every single Gundam series where they go out of their way to design new space colonies just to keep it interesting, when theoretically there are really only two workable space colony designs. But that being said, this has a very unrealistic, very nice clover design, and it looks aesthetically pleasing. Then we go inside the colony, and it's fucking gorgeous inside. I particularly love this shot here where you can see that they have a monorail, just like Disney World. Yes sir, there's nothing on Earth like a genuine, bona fide, electrified 6-car monorail. What'd I say? Anyway, let's keep going. So after that, we see the main character in outer space wearing a spacesuit, and all the spacesuits in this show seem to have a very bulky, very fat-looking, kind of a diving suit sort of look. Next up, we see the new Gundam, the Aerial Gundam, and it looks fucking amazing. The animation here is pretty much the standard hand-drawn Gundam stuff, but looks very extra excellent this time around. It's very state-of-the-art, and the Gundam has this really interesting big eye look that reminds me a lot of the art style from the Rockman Zero series. After that, we get a shot of the Gundam flying through space with a backpack. It's very cool, and I want to point out here that the Gundam has a backpack, which we have not seen in any concept art up to now. Up next, we see our first look at the GM for this series, which has the typical GM eye plate, but has a very super bulky turn A sumo kind of look. Otherwise, it's not that interesting, but once again, I'm pointing out that everything here has a very fat kind of look. After that, we see a white-haired tsundere who obviously doesn't love you, and then we see an MS battle between this purple, fluffy beetle dude and this random cannon fodder MS. Then the pilot of the purple fluffy suit comes out, and he's the guy who looks vaguely like Chibi Crockett, but he kind of looks like he's fat, or I guess he's not fat because the spacesuits in this series just make all the characters look fat this time around. Next up, we have a cute-haired blue best girl with a clipboard, and then we have Ace Attorney Clavier Gavin from a popular video game series, followed up by a mysterious mean girl with that Kusanagi haircut and some earrings. And blink and you'll miss it, and you'll see that there's a pink girl with this extremely fluffy hair. Does she have a hairstyle designed for zero gravity? Or what the hell would you describe this as? Like afro pigtails? And once again, we're seeing more big puffy clothing here. After that, we see a group shot of Clavier and the mean girl, who is actually a boy in this shot because it's anime. And we have this defiant looking kid up here and this creepy kid with Amara's Haro. Then after that, we have a quick typical Gundam fight with this series' version of the Zaku. It has this typical green Zaku color scheme, but again, it's a very bulky build, and it looks a lot more like the Marasai. Then lastly, we have a close-up on the main character, Suletta Mercury, and this is a big deal because this is the first Gundam series with a female hero. And then we cut to the title, and it also says tune in this October on the Tokyo Broadcasting Station. Now, before the anime comes out, there's going to be a prologue, and I think the prologue has been confirmed to come out in the US over YouTube somehow. By the way, check out the title art. Main character girl is wearing a white outfit in the title art and in all the concept art, but I swear to God I saw her before in like a yellow or a green outfit, so I wonder if she has like different color variations of the same outfit, or if that previous art was just a mistake. Anyway, so those are all my vague reactions to this trailer, and by and large, I'm very excited to see where this goes. I'm super digging the vague Rockman Zero mecha design look to this all, but I find it very interesting that a lot of the mecha and the characters have this random fat aesthetic. I wonder if it's kind of like a Billie Eilish thing where she wears like overly baggy clothing, because I see like a lot of the characters in the show are also wearing overly baggy clothing. So that's a very interesting departure from normal anime norms where like usually everyone's all sexy and wearing like skin tight outfits. But the fact that the main character is a girl in this like makes me like so fucking curious. Like I wonder if the final boss in this anime would just be like some morbidly obese like Tumblr chick or something like that. I'm kidding. Anyway, so We got a lot of news about this series like today. Soletta Mercury is being VO'd by Kana Ichinose, formerly famous for doing Darling in the Franxx. They also dropped even more casting and character info beyond the trailer. White-haired tsundere is apparently Miorine Rembrandt. The chibbity-looking dude is Girl Jaturk, who, is actually super in shape outside his fat spacesuit. And Elon Ceres is the mean-looking girl, who's actually a dude, but he's totally rocking a girl's haircut and earrings because anime. And anyway, he pilots the Sniper Gundam Ferract. And lastly, this is Shattuck Zanelli, who pilots the Michaelis. And the last interesting Witch from Mercury detail is that the model kit for the Gundam Ariel has been officially announced and revealed at this point, and the model reveals a lot of interesting functionality to the Gundam. I've been speculating on this for a while, but we now have confirmation that the Gundam Ariel's main gimmick is that it has a transforming shield. And from the look of the model kit, the shield transforms into a bunch of different things. We can definitely confirm now that the shield transforms into the Ariel's jetpack. I want to guess it transforms into a giant sword, but it looks like it can also disassemble and be used as a sort of fin funnel array. So that's really outstanding and very, very cool. So yeah, that's all the Witch from Mercury info. Witch from Mercury is looking very, very, very intriguing. So I'm definitely very excited to see it when it comes out this October. Okay, and other news that I just think is cool, there's also going to be a documentary coming out this year about Yoshiyuki Tomino, which seems to just contain people's recollections on Tomino, why he's so cool, and some epic creator conversations between Tomino and some other major creators at the moment, like Nier Automated creator Yoko Taro, who won't let anyone see his real face, Kaz, and a bunch of Tomino's usual friends. Now, this is some pretty niche stuff, so I don't know if it's going to get licensed in the US, but I actually really want to see it, so I'm really hoping that it will be. Special thanks to my only Patreon subscriber, SpiderGirl55. Alright, so with all that Gundam G-Witch news out of the way, let's scoot over to the shell that is Gundam Breaker Renewable, where it is the anniversary this week. Hooray! So we've officially reached the game's 3 years anniversary, and things are just okay. Now, the big news of the week, the one that made most people spring out of their graves and pick this game up for the first time in several months, is that we have a 36-hour EX banner, which is the best frickin' banner in 3 months. At the time of this video being published, you should hopefully have a few hours left to redeem this banner, but you definitely gotta hurry, because it's going to evaporate probably in the next 24 hours. In case you missed out on it, pulling this banner will get you 8 maxed out level 90 red parts, and on top of that, all those parts have maxed out barcodes, and on top of that, you get a ticket for any part you want in the game, and that ticket is updated for all the most recent parts from all the most recent events. So this banner was outstanding, and thanks to it, I basically finished my Gundam collection once and for all. I finished the Miss Sazabi, I finished the A to Z Gundam, I finished the Tallgeese Flugel, and I finished the Peacecraft Zero. So definitely, if you want to finish your collection, this is such an easy way to do it. And once again, it's the best banner that we've seen in months, let alone probably the whole year. Also, if you want some OP parts, you can get those parts for the Crossbone Gundam Full Cloth S-Type, which once again have really good cooldown traits. So yeah, just grab whatever you need to finish your collection and satisfy yourself. You will not see a banner this good again probably till Christmas. Next up, there is a new banner for the Masquerade-sized Barbatos Lupus Rex, but in all faith, this banner again has shit odds, so I just couldn't get myself to pull it. With the 36 banner lying there as a much more satisfying alternative, it just was not worth it. Beyond that, there's a new charity unit. It's the Gundam Astaroth, and to pull it and to finish the missions for it, you can use some freemium suits like the Penelope, the O, and the Victory Gundam. That's the team I put together to get it, so that's how I recommend doing it. Lastly, a new slow charge battle circuit dropped. It was very fun, it was very easy. I had no problems crushing it so easily. And that's all the Gundam news this week. There is a new multi-mission I need to play. If you guys want to do it, let me know on Discord. We'll get together and do it. I probably will not be doing an episode of Gundam Build Guide next week because, get this you guys, I have been invited to the North American premiere of Shin Ultraman! Oh fuck yes, I am so excited. Anyway, please subscribe because I'm going to be the first YouTuber with the first English-speaking review of Shin Ultraman. Wahahaha! Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to be out of town next week watching Shin Ultraman. Maybe I'll put up a different video instead, or maybe if you're really, really lucky, I'll still find some way to finish Build Guide, but I doubt it. So yeah, that's all from me, you guys. I hope you enjoyed all this Witch from Mercury news. And yeah, stay subscribed to this channel because I am going to review Shin Ultraman eventually. Alright, later. Bye.